A Fox News poll shows that Democrats have an enthusiasm edge over Republicans heading toward the midterm elections. 54% of likely Democrat voters say they're extremely interested in the upcoming election, compared to just 47% of Republicans. Democrats are riding high now, but perhaps nobody is higher than columnist, I almost said communist, that's not right, John Phillips, who in today's Los Angeles Daily News, that's a newspaper, can you believe it? He claims Maxine Waters will be the Democrat nominee for president in 2020. He says she will win the nomination because she's the biggest rock star in liberal circles. So is there any chance of this happening? The panel is back. Alex Smith, Lawrence Jones, and Jimmy Fela. Alex, I will go to you first. Because Democrats, if they're going to go with someone who is going to constantly bash the president, Maxine Waters grabs the headlines and she is more willing to go into the fray than anyone. If you're talking about a resistance purist, she's your gal. However, that sort of behavior will turn off at least 50% of the country.
Well, look, as a person who does dirt digging for a living, I would say that America Rising would be very excited to have Maxine Waters as a presidential candidate in terms of doing opposition research on her. Because it's not even just the recent Robespierre-like rant she went on where she was talking about, confronting Trump officials where they are at gas stations, at their homes, at restaurants. It's the fact that she's actually one of the most corrupt members of Congress, if you look back behind this recent sort of newsmaking that she's done.
Not really a legislation generator either.
No, not at all. And she's, I think, been like a thorn in the side for Democrats with these ethics issues that she's had. The Ethics Committee has cited her 3 times. She's been under investigation constantly. She was trying to set up a meeting between the Treasury Department.
So she's a dream come true for Republicans to face.
Absolutely.
She doesn't even live in her own district.
Yeah.
She has one of the poorest districts in the country. Meanwhile, she lives in her $4 million mansion. Look, I think the Democrats would do something really dumb if they would put her on the ballot. I think they can have someone that's reasonable. There's young stars that don't believe in socialism, but believe that Nancy Pelosi needs a challenge. But I think their hate for Trump is causing them not to think strategically on the next move for their party.
Yes.
It sucks.
But the people you're describing, the Tim Ryans and Amy Klobuchars of the world, they don't get any traction. They don't have name recognition.
Because they're not crazy.
Yeah.
And they're reasonable, and they'll say, you know what, let's work with the Republicans on something like this. And also, they have to fight the party establishment. And when the party establishment bucks them, they don't get people to rally around them.
They're nuts. The resistance is not a policy for governance. What people don't realize about Trump, and they talk about his behavior all the time, but he had a message. He had an economic message, which was jobs, 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 America first. That resonated with people. There's no message here. And by the way, do the Democrats have anyone under 100 to run in 2020? They're going to be chanting, help her up at the next rally when Trump runs in 2020. We're not going to have any more
That's the problem.
But even some, maybe 2 chances.
Because
there's no way Hillary's giving this up. She's not giving this up. Do you think?
No, Michael Goodwin wrote that in the New York Post, and I think it's delightful. Again, if I were a Republican strategist, I would be writing checks
all day.
constantly.
I'm donating like mad right now.
Hillary 2020.
The problem is Republicans, are they going to show up because they're getting what they want with tax cuts and all that stuff? Would they show up?
We'll see what happens with Brett Kavanaugh. And if the economy stays put, they're going to keep the people in power who are making their lives a little bit better. All right. Thank you guys so much. Jimmy, Lawrence, and Alex, welcome to the show. It's good to see you.